Hello, and welcome to Between the Streams podcast. My name is Jay, and this is the show where we ask the most important questions to your favorite streamers and content creators to find out who they really are. Today's guest is a variety streamer with playing games like Valorant, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and party games with her community. ChaoticPanduh, otherwise known as DeeDee, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you, J-Storm?
I'm doing pretty good. I've had a good day so far, and I've been looking forward to this interview.
That's great.
Well, jumping right into it, just a couple of guidelines before we get started, of course. So one, you can answer the questions as your IRL self or your internet persona. That's totally up to you. You don't have to give out any information that you don't want to. We're not trying to dox anybody. We don't want your address. Not trying to show up at your front door. Three, you can skip any question that you wish. If something brings up some past trauma or is uncomfortable, skip right past it. We'll keep on moving along. And four, answer with as much or as little detail as you want. Yes or no are acceptable answers. The script of the B movie is an acceptable answer.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So how you feeling about it? You ready to jump right into it?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Awesome. Well, let's start off with question number one, which I already touched a little bit, but I'll let you go ahead and say it. Question one, what is your name?
DeeDee, aka Chaotic Panda. I have all my friends call me DeeDee. It's whatever you guys feel like calling me. But yeah.
I personally prefer the DeeDee that we use in our Discord server.
That's true.
Well, moving right along to question number two. These first four are kind of softball questions just to kind of get the juices flowing, just so that you know.
Okay.
But question number two, what do you do?
Well, in general, or just like, no.
In life, streamer, content creator, however you want to answer it. Like, what is it that you do?
Okay, well, I like to play video games, as you know. I do tend to draw on my free time, and also watch anime.
I believe that's a favorite of a lot of ours.
Yes.
All right. Question number three. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Florida, in the United States.
Sorry to hear that.
But yeah.
Being from Louisiana, Louisiana is called the boot of the United States because the state is actually shaped like a boot.
Mm-hmm.
But if Louisiana is the boot, then Florida is the foot of the United States. It's just...
Yeah. No one likes to be here, but, we do have a lot of tourist area,
I was about to say, it seems like everybody shits on Florida except for the older northeastern people who retire there.
Yes, I agree.
All right. Well, moving on to question four, the last of our softball questions for now, which has been argued to not be a softball, but we're going to call it a softball. Okay. So, vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Oh, vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
See, people are shattering my theory. I had this theory when this podcast started because, I had a couple people that were not like old, but older, like, between 30 and 40. And then a couple people who were younger, and it seemed like the younger people were choosing chocolate while the older people were choosing vanilla. And I thought that was like a palate progression as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, the last three younger people that I've talked to all have been like, no, vanilla's the shit. And I was like, yeah. Well, there goes my fucking theory.
Yeah, it's just like, in my opinion, vanilla, you could just do anything with it. Chocolate, I used to love chocolate a lot, but like it kind of got, a little bit overused because too much chocolate is just, too much. So kind of ruins that taste.
I definitely agree with that. Like they came out with those death by chocolate or the triple chocolate cakes. I'm just like,
oh yeah,
dude, give me some variety here. You've got chocolate, and chocolate. Give me some fucking fruit or some other flavors.
Exactly.
All right. Well, jumping into our more serious questions now with question number 5. What is something that you have done that you're proud of?
Something that I've done that I'm proud of? Well, I mean, for a few, this is a big accomplishment, just like graduating and, pursuing my career to be a veterinarian. It does take a lot for someone that, you just start the career, because it's a lot of studying, especially if you're trying to get a doctorate. Yeah. So, like, the fact that I'm still not, like, feeling like I want to give up or anything, that is, like, an accomplishment for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel that happens to some people. It kind of happened to me, not necessarily, but a lot of people, they'll go in with these big aspirations of getting a degree in a certain field.
Mm-hmm. And
then they get some or most of the way through that degree and they're like, oh my God, this is fucking boring. Like, this isn't what I want to do with my life. Or they just completely lose interest.
Yes, I agree with that. And there's a few people that change it, like, after they finish graduating too.
Yeah. Or you get those people that just, or not those people, but those situations where you just can't find a job in that field because it's just so oversaturated.
Yeah, I agree.
But it happens. Well, moving on to question number 6. How many siblings do you have, if any?
I only have one, and he is my older brother.
Okay. So, small family growing up?
Yes, small family growing up.
All right. Question 7. Now we're really gonna probe the deep questions. So, DeeDee, have you ever been in love?
If I ever been in love? Well, I would say no. 'Cause, like, yes, I've dated before, but, like, it never really felt like the real deal. 'Cause in my opinion, like, love is like someone you see with, like, on your day-to-day, and you just, like, want to be with them, like, almost every day, like, and you're happy to see them, and you're, you don't feel belittled or anything, and you could have fun with them. They're like a friend and also someone that you really care about. Not saying that I didn't care about the person, it's just that it wasn't that great of a relationship. I didn't feel like I was loved.
Okay. So it wasn't mutual?
It wasn't mutual, yes.
Okay.
Mainly because the person I dated, he was very new to dating. Mm-hmm. Not meaning to call him out, but, he was new. But it's okay. I was very patient, and unfortunately it just didn't work out.
Yeah. That does happen sometimes. It's not really anybody's fault. Mm-hmm. When situations like that come up. It can be inexperience in dating. It could be differences in personalities or differences in expectations. And, it happens. If you're interested in finding love, I know some people just have no interest in it, but if you are interested in finding it, you just have to keep looking and keep going.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, moving on to question 8, which is possibly my favorite question. What's the drunkest you've ever been?
The drunkest?
Yeah.
Knowing
full well that you are of legal age here in the United States.
Yeah, well... Not trying to be that person, but I think I was, like, 16, actually. No, oh, wow. 18. I was out of the country with my family, and, I asked them to make them, like, the strongest drinks because I just wanted to party, being illegal outside of the United States because it's legal. And yeah, it was a lot. I think I had, like, over 8 drinks that I could remember.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was something. First time drinking, I went all out.
So you will get that at some places that you visit outside the country. If you ask for the strongest drink, you get what you ask for.
Yeah,
It,
definitely.
it might not be what you initially wanted, but
Yeah, you would expect something weaker, but it's actually strong.
yeah. Well, you really have to be careful overseas because that's why a lot of foreign countries they shit on American beer because like their alcohol content is like 9% plus in their beers, and here in America it's like
It tastes
four
like
and a half or
water.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they drink like Bud Light or even Budweiser, and they're like, "What is this? This is like child's beverages."
Exactly, yeah.
All right, well, question number 9: day or night?
Night.
Night
Just
owls.
because, yeah, I'm definitely a night owl.
I wish I could still be a night owl.
Yeah. Even though I work during the day, I mine's zombia. I stay up late.
Yeah, I've talked about this in other episodes, but I'll cover it again real quick. Like my day job, I wake up about 6 o'clock in the morning and I go to work all day. But last night I stayed up just past midnight, and I felt like a zombie. I was just no, I'm done. I'm going to bed. Overslept this morning. I feel like crap all day.
Oh no,
I
yeah.
hate I hate being an adult.
I agree. I need a break.
Yeah. Well, coming up to question number 10, the halfway point of our questions. What's your favorite color?
Okay. So I technically have two favorite colors. It's between black and midnight blue.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't really decide out of
okay.
those two. It's kind of tied.
But definitely preferring the darker colors.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, fair enough. Uh, question 11. This is always kind of an interesting one to see how people answer because some people take it in different ways, but just however you interpret it, that'll work just fine. So, question 11: who is someone who has inspired you?
Someone that has inspired me,
Mm-hmm.
I would say my mom. She is someone that I've always looked up to growing up. Um, just like dealing with me and my brother, just since we were born, my dad was in the military, so she was like handling both of us, while my dad was out, uh, you know, in the military doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was, a single parent this entire time. And up till now, she still raised me, a single parent, and she's done a wonderful job because I'm graduated, I'm here, I'm studying, I'm doing what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And she's doing that while working and everything. So she's definitely my role model.
That's good. It's always nice to hear that oh, what am I trying to say? Um it's oh, what am I trying to say? Uh I personally always look up to parents who, for lack of a better way of saying it, pretty much put their lives on hold
Mm-hmm.
to take care of their kids while their spouse is, doing something that's so respectable as being in the military and serving our country. Uh, and there's a lot of spouses that do that, and that's not saying that that they have no life outside of that. Of course, they probably have friends and other things that they do to enjoy themselves, but they focus a lot of their energy and time on raising kids and making sure that their spouse has what they need to continue in their duties.
Exactly.
But it is definitely respectable, and I don't think military spouses get enough respect and enough admiration from the public.
Yeah, I agree. So
So,
for those who have known, the actual person.
right. So, DeeDee's mom, we salute you today. All right. Well, beautifully answered. And that'll take us to question 12. What is your most prized possession?
My most prized possession. That's a bit of a toughie, because, yeah. My most prized possession is, I would say, my pet, my dog, Coda. I had him for almost 8 years now, and he is like the best thing in the world. I love him. This is actually my first dog that I've been able to keep since I was little. Just because before I didn't have like my own dog growing up. This was like taking a while to actually save up for and get as a present.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the best thing, best companion, and nothing beats that than my dog.
Side question, what kind of dog is Coda?
He's a cockapoo, Cocker Spaniel mixed with a poodle.
Oh.
And he's a tannish color, if you guys want to know what color.
Sounds pretty.
Yeah.
All right. Well, question 13, which is, I'm going to have to do some clarifying here because I've had to for every episode so far. But question 13 is beach vacation or camping trip. Now, when I say camping trip, I mean basically further inland. That can mean going into a cabin in the mountains, or if it's what you prefer, roughing it in a tent on the forest floor. However you want to interpret that. And beach vacation, same thing. It's not necessarily sitting on a towel on the sand. You can have a beach house and whatever else, but shoreline or inland.
I've actually done shoreline, so I want to give it a try inland. Because, I mean, not saying I didn't like the beach vacation, it's just that I've done it so many times, especially like over here in Florida. I'm used to it. Try something different.
Yeah, Florida has two things: beaches and swamps.
Yeah.
Neither one of them to me. While I did grow up in swamplands as well, they're not great for camping.
Yeah, they're not.
Or like vacations in general. You want to go further inland to, some decent forests or up in the mountains.
The hills, exactly.
Like my most recent vacation was to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went, the night that we drove in, it snowed and the roads were icy. So it's a little treacherous getting up to the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
But once we did, we walked out on the back porch and it is just
beautiful.
Everything covered in white, just sparkling and with ice. And I wouldn't trade that for the fucking beach any day.
Exactly.
I hate sand so much, it just ruins the whole thing for me.
I agree. I know a lot of people would disagree with what I'm saying, but, especially living here in Florida, I'm kind of getting tired of the sands. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Now, I will say, I've been to Miami once, and it is beautiful down there.
It is. Yeah, they definitely have better beaches than Clearwater or over in Orlando.
Yeah. But pretty sand is still fucking sand.
Yeah. Both bad.
Yeah.
Hard to clean out of your car, too.
Yes. Oh, my God. I used to work in a detail shop, and I hated people who would just come back from a beach vacation. They're like, we got a little bit of sand. And I'm just like, you fucking asshole. No. we had one lady brought her son's SUV in for a detail because he just came back from spring break.
Mhm.
and there was 3/4 of an inch of sand throughout the entire vehicle.
Oh no.
I hated that woman. Like, no offense to you, lady, if you remember this at all. I'm not going to say where it was or where I worked or anything like that. But if you've ever done something like that without trying to shop back most of it out yourself first, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, like when we go to the beach, we actually have like this blanket for the car so that all the seats, if you get sand on it, you just gotta pick up the other end of the blanket and, just shake it out of the car just to avoid sand. And then, of course, we have the mats on the floor. So, it was easier, but still, like, you still, like, see sand from 2 weeks later that you missed from vacuuming.
Yeah. Just to answer this question once and for all for everybody, I would rather rough it on the forest floor on a tent with no pads or nothing than to go stay in a beach house. Like that, it is that serious.
Yeah. I have to agree with that.
All right, so moving on to question 14, which a small clarification here, but still, if you could time travel, where would you go? And the clarification is the machine itself, the time traveling machine, takes care of all of your needs. So food, bathrooms, showers, all of that stuff. So whether you go forward, backwards, you have everything you need.
Interesting.
So where do you go?
I would want to go forward. I don't know how far in the future, probably like a good 20, 40 years, maybe.
Okay.
Just hopefully don't have to deal with this bullshit right now, and just hopefully see some progress with the world, maybe. Hopefully.
Yes.
Not saying I expect a lot, just something being done for, be positive.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to go back and see some of the, ancient wonders being built or existing. But I'm also really curious to go just beyond what my lifespan would be. And see like what happens. Not, I mean, politically, yes, but also like technologically or
exactly,
stuff like that.
Seeing the new technologies, things like that. That would be great. The reason why I wouldn't say go back is because there was a lot like kind of diseases and things like that were happening. Because I was kind of curious. I want to go back, if I were to go back, that is. I would want to go back to the year that they built the Panama Canal, because my great-grandfather actually helped build the Panama Canal. But when I went to the tour, I heard like there was a disease happening around that time in around Panama, and along with like just big tarantulas, things like that, which I hate spiders, so it's like I wouldn't really want to go back in time, but it is interesting to go back to those times, seeing your old relatives that you couldn't, and just like experiencing how life was, I wouldn't say easier than what it is now, but simpler, I would say.
Yeah. Panama is definitely on one of my travel destination lists. My grandfather spent a good bit of his military career in Panama, and he fell in love with it. Like so much so he to the day he died, he had stuff all around his office from Panama, about Panama.
Aww.
Like, just it was really interesting, and I'd love to go and experience what he did.
Yeah, definitely. I would suggest when you go to Panama, visit the islands because the water is so clear. Like you could see your own reflection on it.
Wait, is
And
there sand? Because that's a
yes.
no-go. We've covered this.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, if you don't want to do the sand part, there is going ziplining through the mountains. That would be fun for you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds great. I'm a big fan of zip lining.
Yeah, and they have waterfalls around there, so beautiful view.
Oh, that's happening then. All right. Well, question 15, 3/4 of the way in. And this is the only question that actually has a correct answer. So just so you know going into it.
Okay.
So DeeDee, how do you like your steak cooked?
Oh God.
And remember, you will be judged for this.
I know, I know. Oh my God. I'm kind of like in between. I do medium well or well done.
Oh no.
I know I'm bad. I know I'll be judged for this.
Can 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 I ask why? Is it a texture thing? Is it are you scared of getting sick or
I'm not really scared of being sick, but it's just like every time that I ordered like a sandwich of some kind or get steak or whatever, it's always been cooked that way. My mom, she kind of just, she doesn't really like the food to be bloody. So she always like tells like the waiter when I was little, just do, medium well done, something around there. And it was always just great for me. Yeah, I don't mind a little bit of pink, just not too much, which I think, I know a lot of people don't like that. They like more pink. But I don't really mind either way. I'm down to try whatever. It's just that's what I prefer.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, if that's all you've ever had was medium well or well, then I would definitely suggest go to a good reputable steakhouse. Like don't go to Applebee's or something like that. Go to a good steakhouse and order a medium rare steak.
A medium rare.
Yeah.
I never had rare before, but I definitely will take that to consideration and try it out.
Because you get a much juicier steak at medium rare. I don't suggest going rare just because that can really turn people off, especially if you end up if the steakhouse you go to interprets rare as blue rare, which is two different things.
Oh.
Yeah, because blue rare is literally like cold in the center.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and that can really turn some people off. I will eat a steak like that, but that's because I've grown up eating rare and medium rare steaks my entire life. But if you go to a good steakhouse, like quality meats, trained chefs, and order medium rare, your steak will come out juicy, flavorful, and it's the better way to eat a steak, in my opinion.
Okay. I probably won't be around here knowing the area that I'm at. But probably when I travel, I'll definitely go and try that out.
It's definitely worth the try.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm always down to try.
I had somebody trip me up. I did not consider this, but I did an interview with Savage Alley Cat.
Uh-huh.
And I asked her that question, and she says, "Oh, I have the best answer for you." And I was like, "What?" She said, "I'm vegan."
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
That thought had not crossed my mind, and it was hilarious.
Oh, how the tables have turned!
Right?
Oh. Well, that was the wrong answer for sure.
I mean, I can understand why some people want to be vegan. It's not for me, but
Yeah.
I don't shit on anybody's life choices
Yeah, exactly. But
unless you
with
unless you
that
choose to.
question.
Yeah. Well, there, like I said, there is a correct answer to that, and
Mm.
normally, see, you're a bit of a uh an anomaly. No, not really an anomaly. There's a difference in the way that you answered, because if somebody says, "I will only eat a well done steak because it has to be fully cooked," and like they're just locked into that,
Mm.
that's wrong. Because I don't agree with that. I feel that you are not a food person, and you literally are misinformed about the way steak is cooked. But your answer coming from, oh, this is just how my mom always ordered for me, and I just kind of carried that on. That's, and I mean this in the best way, but the best way possible. That's more of an experience
Yeah,
than it is
exactly.
like I prefer well done. That's like,
Yeah, it's like I would venture out, but like at the same time, like you said, in my area, it's mostly like Applebee's, things like that. Like that, that's
yeah,
not good with steak and things like that. It's very rare that you see me order sandwiches like that if it's not just cooked from home.
hmm
So yeah, I would say if I were to travel or go out from where I'm currently living, I would definitely give that a try because, at the same
right.
time, I never been told to try that. It's always been like, oh, I tried this. Might as well stick to it because I know it tastes good.
Right. That's what you're used to. That's what you're comfortable with. That's understandable.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself in the Orlando area, or maybe down towards Miami or one of the bigger cities,
Mm-hmm.
find you a good steakhouse. Go experience the wonderfulness that is medium rare.
Definitely.
All right. Well, passing off the 3/4 point, going to question number 16. Let's get a little controversy going here. iPhone or Android?
iPhone. I feel like you're Android.
I am, but not by choice.
Okay,
See,
okay.
I'm not brand loyal to anybody for real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I could care less what I use. I will say that I have come to prefer iPhone because I've owned both over. I mean, I've had a cell phone since cell phones existed. I'm a good bit older than you. So like I've had the bricks. I've had the itty bitty flip phones. The Motorola Razors. I've had the Nextel i930s, the old bright yellow clamshells.
Oh
But
no.
but I've also had, every style of smartphone coming out between BlackBerry, Samsung, iPhone. I've had all of them. And iPhone is, I won't say like far and above the better phone, because technology wise they're the fucking same. They've got the same screens, they've got the same processors. But as
Yeah.
far as interfacing with the phone itself, and I'm talking about just physically, not all the attachments and all the extra shit like AirPods and all that shit.
Hmm.
Just literally using the phone, iPhone's better.
Yeah.
But by a long shot, iPhone is just better.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I find it a lot easier to use iPhone. Um, it's actually funny. I was able to convince my mom to go iPhone. But of course, she's just like all over the place. Whenever something new comes out, she changes, and it affects with her save files because like it doesn't always transfer if you're gonna keep on switching from
hmm
Android to iPhone like 50 times. But you do you.
Yeah.
But she did love using iPhone just as I just always use iPhone.
Yeah.
Uh, I did have Android, I think once or twice. I did have the BlackBerry before. Um, it gave me so many problems, but iPhone instantly got it.
Yeah. BlackBerry was a very good idea,
Mm-hmm.
in the birth stages of smartphones. It was a great idea that was implemented decently, but it wasn't maintained and progressed well.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
all right. Well, going on to question number 17. And this one, I really want you to think about this one because this is going to be on forever. So, top 3 games of all time.
Top 3 games of all time.
Mm-hmm. What would you consider the best 3 games in existence?
Oh, oh my god. Well, one of them I know already. Breath of the Wild. I
Okay.
just love Legends of Zelda, and just they did a phenomenal job with that game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another game though, it's always hard because there's plenty of good games in PlayStation, Nintendo. Well, I wouldn't say series, but I mean, if I were to pick series, I would say Assassin's Creed in general, but I did like Assassin's Creed Origin.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Another one would be, well, I'll just say I did love growing up playing the Ratchet and Clank series, but specifically I would say um the Crack in Time. That one was the best game.
That
Uh
was a good one.
yeah, so Ratchet and Clank, Crack in Time, Assassin's Creed Origin, and Breath of the Wild. Those are my top 3.
Solid choices. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of experience with the Ratchet and Clank series,
Mm-hmm.
but I know a lot of people love those games, and I think I played a demo of one time, and
But
it seems really fun.
oh,
So,
it is. I'm still upset that, I currently don't have a PlayStation 5 for the new one, but I'm patiently waiting till I get one.
I don't. These damn game developers need to just go cross-platform with everything.
They do, but they already know in order to make money, they gotta limit how far. I just think that it's stupid that you couldn't get it unless you got PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Because I think it originally announced that it would have been in PlayStation 4, but
Mm-hmm.
they decided only PlayStation 5 exclusive.
It's
So that
dumb.
was a big fuck you in the face.
And see, I remember when the transition between PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, there was
Hmm.
like a 5-year span where games were released on both. And then
Yeah.
from PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, I want to say there was like a 3 or 4 year span. And this applies to both main manufacturers of consoles, both Xbox and PlayStation. Like there was a good, few years where games were released on both, but it seems with the current generation of consoles, there was like a year,
Yeah.
maybe 2. It and that's ridiculous. Fix your shit, console manufacturers. This is
Yeah.
why that's actually one of the main reasons that I switched to gaming mainly on PC because I own an Xbox One and and a PlayStation 4,
Hmm.
and I haven't touched either one in 3 or 4 years now. Just just because there's nothing on there that I want to play, and I don't want to support them for their console exclusive games because that's bullshit. You're excluding an entire group of people just because they don't want to buy your $500 product.
Exactly. Yeah, that is pretty bad. 'Cause like, Sony, like the Amazing Spider-Man, that was a wonderful game, but unfortunately, you need to have a PlayStation in order to play that game. So, that does suck for those who don't have, PlayStation.
Right.
But like, they. I don't like how it's just certain games on this platform than this platform. I don't like that, but at the same time, it's like, I already have it. Might as well use it,
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but if I ever get bored of it, I might just sell it, or, if I were to have kids in the future, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Or my cousins, that too.
Yeah. All right, well, going on to question 18, our silliest question on the list. So, in your opinion, is cereal soup?
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. This is so bad. Well, I never really thought of it that way. It's like kind of like a cold soup, maybe.
I mean, cold soup is a thing.
Yeah. I guess. It's just like, I never really thought of that before, because, cereal's a cereal, and the soup's a soup.
Okay, well, side question, but in the same vein, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh my god. So, in my opinion, a hot dog can be a sandwich if you like cut the wiener in half. So, and then you put it on like a not a hot dog bun, but like a regular bun. Then it's a sandwich. But if you're just
okay, hold on, because there is such a thing as a hot dog sandwich.
There is, yeah.
Where I'm from, we refer to them as hot dog po' boys, which they are delicious. Oh. But I'm talking about just a regular hot dog like you get at a ballpark.
No, I don't think of it as a sandwich. If anything,
it is a sandwich.
No,
it absolutely is a sandwich.
No.
Okay, it is meat between bread.
2 buns. Yeah.
I mean,
I get that.
If you're saying that a hot dog is not a sandwich, then you are by default saying that Subway does not sell sandwiches.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh no. It's just like
fucking with your whole worldview here.
No. I guess in my opinion, it just, because of the sausage just being that shape, it's mainly like, it doesn't make it into a sandwich unless you like cut it in half. That's just how I did it.
What about a meatball sub?
A meatball sub?
Yeah, what about a meatball sub? It's round. You don't cut meatballs in half and put them on a sandwich.
Maybe you don't. I do. I'm kidding. You got me there. Yeah, I do have to tap myself out. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so cereal is soup, hot dogs are sandwiches. I'm not even going to go into my more controversial statement that tacos are also sandwiches. We're not going to cover that.
They can be a sandwich, yes.
I firmly believe that tacos are sandwiches.
I just think that hard shell, I don't think it is.
I mean, there is an argument to be made for corn tortillas versus flour tortillas in reference to a sandwich.
Yeah.
But a taco's a taco, and I still consider it a sandwich.
Okay, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. Okay. And I'm entitled to mine, so...
You are. Yeah. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But it's like I tell my wife all the time, everybody's entitled to be wrong. So, but all right. Well, moving on to our second to last question, which it really is our most serious question. It's definitely our most morbid question. But I have to know. I have to ask it. So, what is something that you want to leave behind when you're gone?
Something that I would like to leave behind when I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. However you want to interpret that. We don't necessarily have to be talking about death here. But when you're gone, I have had somebody else interpret that as like when they're done streaming, they didn't want to think about the death aspect. So it was, when I'm no longer a presence on the internet, what do I want people to remember about that? But I want you to answer this question however you'd like to interpret it.
Well, so for me, it's like if I were to stop, well, if I were to die, I think that would be more of how I would view this question.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to leave behind is, well, hopefully I would have my own business. I would like to leave that behind, to my family. But, in a more, like, just in general, anyone that would know me, I would want to leave behind, fun, loving memories of me and just, the good times and just happy vibes. I don't really want people to be sad when I'm gone. I want them to be happy and, live their life to the fullest and just be themselves and be true to you as a person and just be kind and considerate to others.
Agreed.
So,
very well said.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to bring the tone down right before the end.
No, you're good.
But that brings us to our last question, which kind of isn't a question. It's more of a chance for you to kind of plug yourself, tell everybody what you've got going on. But question 20 is, DeeDee, what are you currently working on?
What am I currently working on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides myself, I'm kidding.
Which everybody should do constantly.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I've been busy with work, so I don't really have that much me time. But if I were, I would want to try to like find a new hobby. I bought recently a guitar for me to practice. Yeah, I play a little bit, but it's been a while. I do want to focus on myself before I go back to dating. Hopefully, I could pull myself together. Even though I shouldn't honestly have to wait until I'm fully fine, because, who's really fully fine? I'm kidding.
Yeah, let them deal with the bullshit.
Yeah, not me. But just like good enough for me to like feel good and just not, feel less confident about myself when I'm out there. And yeah, other than that, just my career with veterinarian.
It's a honorable career to have. Definitely something that I respect.
Thank you.
As an animal lover, I think veterinarians are, again, underappreciated, undervalued in our society. They are doctors. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Veterinarians are legit doctors.
Yeah, they're doctors for animals, so, literally, if they weren't a doctor, why would they have a doctorate degree?
Exactly.
But, yeah. Um, it's hard to get out there, but hopefully I will make it out in the world as a veterinarian, and that'll be awesome. So if you need a veterinarian, call me.
Well, we definitely will. But that's the end of the questions. That's all 20.
All right, perfect.
How'd you feel about it?
That was awesome. I was a little upset you didn't ask a anime question, but it's okay.
Oh, if you want anime questions, you got to go to Brad Carter Gaming.
Yeah, yeah, no, Brad.
He covers all the anime over on his podcast with Blue.
Yeah, Brad actually. I think he talked to me on the VC yesterday before we started the thing for Prim.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, DeeDee, I need to still do the little podcast, anime podcast. I was like, oh yeah. Oh my god, can't wait.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've done an episode. I'm excited for that to come out.
Is it basically what you questions like shows that you watch, or is it like in general like what about this anime, like hot stuff that's out there?
It's the podcast is called Anime Island.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you were stranded on an island with a TV and computer that only had access to a couple of files, what anime would you want loaded on? And it's different rounds of like what you would want.
Oh, that's actually sick.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I feel like Brad will ask, like, who do you want to be stranded on any anime? I'll be like, yo, anyone?
that would bring up some interesting conversations.
Yeah, I could be like, just one?
Oh no, he goes through a whole series and it's really interesting. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Everybody, if y'all want to go check out DeeDee, she's on twitch.tv/ChaoticPanduh. That's chaotic_panda, spelt PANDAH. Go drop her a follow, show her some love. I'm sorry, let me do that again real quick. That's twitch.tv/ChaoticPanduh. That's chaotic_panda, spelled PANDUH. Go drop her a follow, show her some love. Chill vibes, really interesting to watch. I think y'all will like it. But DeeDee, thank you so much for coming on. I had an amazing time.
Of course, and thank you for having me. I'll be down to doing this again.
Absolutely. We possibly bring you in for a season 2 or another season because the questions are going to switch up down the line so that you won't know what's coming.
Okay, and, sounds good.
We'll see where it goes. But thank you, everybody, for listening. We really appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye.